Hello and welcome to another video. This video is gonna be like the wrap-up of my January reads and my TBR. I'm gonna get to the TBR theme a bit later because I'm gonna do this differently than most others are doing it. But first we're getting to the books I read this month. I actually read 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it's only 5 books. For me it's okay, because one was quite a thick one, and yeah, I just didn't have that much time. So the first book I read this year was We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I just got this shortly after Christmas, and I thought it was a nice book to start for the year because it was not very thick. I didn't really know anything about this book, just heard about it on YouTube, and I was really surprised by it. I really didn't expect it to turn out the way it did, so I was really surprised at the end, and I really liked it, so I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Then the next book I read was Everything Everything by Nicole Yoon. The only thing I knew about this book was that it was about a girl who is like allergic against everything in the world. This sounded kind of interesting to me, so I decided to read it. It was also a really fast read. What I didn't expect was the plot twist at the end, which totally blew me, and I really love this book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I started reading but did not finish was The Foxes Come at Night by Cees Notenboom. This was a book that was included in a subscription box that I got. It's called Book Voyage. That's a subscription where you visit a country every month, then you get a book from an author from that country. You get a treat from that country and a tea from that country, or a drink at least. So it's actually a collection of short stories. I got pretty much halfway through the book and just did not like it. I thought the stories were boring and I just didn't get along with it. So I stopped reading it at page 70, like pretty much halfway through. So that's also, and because of that, it only got 2 out of 5 stars. Then the next book I actually found in the library when I went there with my kids. I've heard about it on YouTube by, I think it was by Benjamin of Thomes, and it was Rain by Virginia Burgin. Whoop, there you go. And the synopsis is actually that the rain turns toxic. So every time you go outside when it rains, if you get in contact with water, you die. So this really sounded interesting, and I liked it. It was also a really fast read. And I think it's a middle grade book. I'm not really sure. And when I talked to my son about this book and what it is about, he thought he would want to read it too, and he's only 9. So I thought, well, if he feels like reading something like that, why not try? So he started reading, and he's at page, I don't know, 336, pretty much done with it. And I just told him, if you get too scared, if you don't like it, then just stop. But he didn't. He thinks it's really an exciting book, and I think he's gonna finish it, and he's loving it. So I gave this book, I think, also 4 out of 5 stars. Then also, while at the library, I found the book The Diviners by Libba Bray. I've heard about it also on YouTube and decided to take it home with me and read it. I kind of had a hard start with it, like it took some time until I got into it, but then it kept getting better and better. I loved that it was playing in the 1920s, so in my head I could really imagine all the people there with their cool clothing and the haircuts and everything, and I really liked it. So I also gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. And then the last book for this month, I'm not exactly finished yet with it. I'm like on the last 50 pages, but I'm still gonna count it in. And I feel like this is a book everyone should have read. Usually I think in Switzerland that's like a book you have to read in school, but I never had to read it, so I decided to catch up with that. And this is the Diary of Anne Frank. This is like a biography of this Jewish girl who lives in the Netherlands during World War II and has to hide from the Nazis. So she doesn't get sent to the working camps, to the Arbeitslager. And it's really interesting, and I just feel like everyone should have read this book. So that's all the books I've read in January. So then on to my TBR. I said at the beginning that I'm not going to do a TBR like most other people are doing, like a February TBR, because I just feel like this is putting too much pressure on me, that I have to read this certain amount of books in this certain amount of time. So I just decided that for the next month or two, I'm gonna like do some sort of theme, or let's call it the TBR projects kind of thing. I picked out all the books I got in the subscription boxes that I haven't read yet. They are pretty much all from Fairy Loot. One is from Book Voyage. And this is actually totaling up to an amount of 7 books. So I think the oldest one is either Nevernight by J. Christoph or Wasser in the Night by Sarah Porter. Then we have, I think the next was Metal Town by Kristen Simmons. Then we have Flashfall by Jenny Moyer. This one is the book from Book Voyage. The country was Portugal, and it's called Raised from the Ground by José Saramago. And the last books I just got yesterday in the January Fairy Loot box is How to Think Like Sherlock, Improve Your Powers of Observation and Memory and Deduction by Daniel Smith. And the actual book from the Fairy Loot box is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I have absolutely no idea about any of these books, what the synopsises are, but I'm really looking forward to reading these, and I don't really care if it takes me the whole February or even March or whatever. I'm just gonna read all these through, and then I'm going to do my next wrap-up. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and thanks for watching it. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you soon back here on my channel. Bye!